Culturally and technologically speaking, there has never been a better time to readdress the work-life balance than right now. I've been a digital nomad for the past 10 years, but these days it is much more common. Now there are 4 times more people working remotely than there were just a few years ago. Technically, if you can work from home, you can work from anywhere, right? But let's get one thing straight. Digital nomads are not on vacation. We're working, just in different locations. The advantage for us is that when we step out of the office for our lunch break or at the end of the day, we have an entirely new place to explore. Some people think being a digital nomad with all of these incredible places to explore that we can't possibly be productive. Let me tell you, it is super important that we are productive so that we can maximize our free time and explore places. And this comes down to choosing the right tools and adopting the right habits. Full disclosure guys, Intel have upgraded me to this SamsungGalaxy Book 2 360 to showcase how the Intel Evo platform can empower a nomadic mobile lifestyle. Let me tell you, over the past 10 years of living this lifestyle, I have identified 7 key habits to be a highly effective digital nomad.
Okay, so the best thing about being a digital nomad is the freedom we have to make the most of our non-work time. But in order to do that, we need to have self-discipline.
And the key to that is planning.
Weekly schedules and starting the day by clearly stating your objectives with a task list will help us ensure we stay on track and meet our commitments to our clients, but most importantly, to ourselves.
There's often more distractions and temptations for a digital nomad, so having the self-discipline to habitually create and stick to a plan is so important.
Whether you're a morning lark or a night owl, structuring your day to capitalize on your peak productivity window is essential. This time is precious. Interruptions should definitely be avoided, and I personally keep easier tasks like emails or document reviewing to later in the day.
Personally, I find that I'm most focused at the start of the day. My brain is working 1,000 miles an hour and I can't afford to let anything slow me down. Having the right tools here is essential. This Intel Evo laptop is built on a 12th generation Intel Core processor and it absolutely crushes power hungry and complex tasks. Like today, I'm editing our next travel video and I'm doing it without any lag. And for that, I don't have to sacrifice any portability or style. Pretty sweet.
As digital nomads, we often find ourselves working in different environments.
Yes, I do genuinely work from this position sometimes, and it's surprisingly comfortable.
But we can't always control the ergonomics of these environments. This might seem fine for a short time, but if you're putting in a long shift, carrying a few simple accessories can make a big improvement to your comfort in an unpredictable and constantly changing work environment. Wherever you decide to set up for work, taking regular short breaks helps combat fatigue and rejuvenates creativity. More often than not, when I return, I find I can flow straight back into the challenge and often overcome obstacles which seemed impassable before.
Having instant wake and intelligent collaboration built into my Intel Evo laptop allows me to get straight down to work wherever that happens to be. And if I do happen to be off-grid, like today, I can get all-day battery life even under power-demanding situations. And incredibly, up to 4 hours of usage with just a 30-minute charge, which is good because today there isn't a power socket in sight. Typical.
Most people embark on their digital nomad journey alone, or as a couple, and it can be lonely and isolating because you are far away from friends and family. In your non-work time, it can be tempting to hide away in your accommodation, watching movies with your feet up.
Don't judge me.
It's of course important to make time to connect with your remote community back home.
Hey, what's up, bro? How's it going? Oh, you got the van. How's the van build going?
Hey bro, yeah, I'm good, thanks. It's going well, but we've got a lot of work to do.
And it's just as important to put yourself out there to meet locals and make new friends.
Just like your first day at school, it can be scary, but wherever you go, there's people in the same situation as you. Actually, often you find it easier to make friends on the road than you do at home. Do not be afraid of putting yourself out there. The happiest digital nomads have made the habit of being sociable.
I believe multitasking at the wrong time can be counterproductive. I'm a big believer in focused work, but I cannot do that all day long. Later in the day, I shift my attention and work patterns to get the most out of my remaining energy levels. This is the ideal time for easier tasks, perhaps following tutorials to upskill and become a more capable version of yourself.
Continual professional development is essential for any career, and I often have classes and tutorials running simultaneously whilst I learn new creative skills. In practice, this is where the Intel Evo platform really shines. I mentioned the 12th generation Intel Core processor allows me to breeze through power-hungry tasks like photo editing and video editing, but it also allows me to multitask really well, keeping multiple applications open simultaneously in the background. So whilst I'm rendering a video project, I can focus on training or work on photo editing and respond to client emails. And I can do all of that with multiple applications open simultaneously. Before I switched to an Intel Evo laptop, my computer would actually become unresponsive if I asked too much of it, but now the difference is absolutely astonishing. This technology really is empowering my creativity.
When I'm not getting distracted by my dog, that is.
Yes, esa chica buena. ¿Quién es esa chica buena?
This one is super important. Whether you're a digital nomad or not, it's essential to prioritize physical and mental health above all else.
But listen, that's definitely going to become more challenging the more unpredictable and varied your life becomes.
For a digital nomad, you need to develop a routine that delivers what your individual soul needs to flourish, be that human connection, exercise, downtime, or adventures.
And that routine needs to be flexible enough that it can be done anywhere. Whew. It's easy to let the work and travel get in the way of your core needs, but honestly, doing so is such a risky game. Being able to develop flexible routines and rituals that can be done anywhere is one of the best habits a digital nomad can develop. Burnout is the #1 killer of the digital nomad dream. You're not on vacation. You have time. You don't have to see everywhere. Take advantage of that. You can experience a place in much more depth than others just passing through. Slow down. Connect with locals. Leave space for the random things to happen. You never know where it will lead. Just remember to leave yourself enough downtime so you can do it all again tomorrow. So do you think you could make it as a digital nomad? Could the dream of readdressing the work-life balance whilst exploring the world become a reality? I, for one, can personally recommend it, and I can tell you that becoming a digital nomad is much easier than you might think. And if you can find a way to adopt these 7 habits, you'll not only survive as a digital nomad, you'll thrive. Thank you so much to Intel for developing the tools that make this lifestyle possible. With this amount of power, battery life and connectivity built into such a tiny footprint, this really is an excellent solution for digital nomads like us. So when you're ready to upgrade, look for the Intel Evo badge because all of this performance comes as standard. If you're interested, I will leave a link in the video description below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, happy travels.